Hello guys, this is my life for Aiur. Today I'm gonna show you some of my replays from the Archon tournament held by Empresslilyy that played this Monday. Yeah, we played this Monday, best of 5. It's the grand final after 3 rounds of whatever, I don't remember. But anyway, this is the grand final, the most important PogChamp game, TvT. Two most strongest, hoggest team emerged from the brackets. So anyways, I was playing with Artemis, and our opponent are Ninja and Unlucky. We are all very active on Lily's Twitch stream, so if you watch her stream, you know us. Anyways, let's just jump into the game and see. I just want to analyze and tell you something, behind the scenes stuff, how we prepared the builds, how we prepared, how we practiced before the matches. And I just wanted to also talk about the engagement, the fun stuff, show you the fights, thoughts went through my head, and all the fights happened. It's very fun because it's Archon, and we really divide our tasks very clearly. So Artemis is the macro guy and I'm the micro guy. I'm the one who does the fighting for most of the time. And Artemis is really good at macroing, building workers, producing, constructing buildings and getting upgrades on time and everything. And he's very precise, accurate about build orders. So he knows all the timings and I don't. And yeah, so he's very reliable partner, I would say. Yeah, so I was very fortunate that I didn't have to worry about any worker production, supply block, and timing and everything. Just leave it to him. Occasionally, if I see supply block, I would drop a supply depot, helping each other out, or something. Sometimes he has to defend the base when I'm attacking the front line, so we help each other out. So it's not exactly like I can't touch macro and he can't touch the units. We both do a little bit, but of each other's task when it is needed, when it's very necessary. But mostly, our jobs were very clearly divided, very clearly defined, so it is more efficient when we work together. Alright, so that's basically the background, how we work together. And we also practice quite a lot, like almost every day, not quite every day, but maybe 3-4 days a week we practice for this tournament. And what we do was to do some custom games, get some build order done. Basically, Artemis will study some build orders from pro gamers, and he would show me how he just basically show me how it's done. And yeah, we just execute those build orders, and we do it on ladder afterwards. So practice on ladder. That's what we did. A lot of games. Ladder is pretty tough. We also have some rough days on ladder as well, and also have some good days on ladder as well. Alright, anyways, let's jump into the game analysis. Anyway, all these games are live cast by Lily on her Twitch. You can find her VOD. If you go to Empresslilyy on Twitch, you can find the VOD that's cast already by her. Okay, so first of all, I forgot to analyze the build because I was just introducing the background and everything. So basic Artemis is very good at, I said he's very good at macro, and he's really a player that emphasizes more on macro than on anything else. So you can see his third CC is pretty early, and our opponents just finished their natural, and we are halfway done with our third CCs. That's what he does. He always builds CC very early. He doesn't miss a beat on the worker production. Okay. So we got an early tank, and then Cyclone. Here I would disagree. I would get the Cyclone first and then tank, so we could defend it. Something like Liberator. But it's totally fine. We lost a few workers. 5 workers. No big deal. It's TvT. And we still have more workers, obviously. We had the natural done much faster, and we have even 3rd CC done. So yeah, overall we're very ahead at this point. So let's take a look. I'm scouting, getting some map control with my Cyclone. Let's go to my camp actually. Maybe I can spot some mistakes that I made, and yeah, maybe we can see something that could improve. Anyway, I was just scouting around the map and see if there's he's putting in his 3rd, and clear the map, getting some map control. Let's get production tab here. Bio, obviously, standard, everything standard replaced, mostly standard. Our plan was to play standard, and we have prepared a few standard macro build. One of them is from Maru. I didn't see this coming at all. This was crazy. I have to rewind and see this. We prepared a Maru build, and then we decided to cheese when we have a lead. So indeed we did have a 2-0 lead, and then we went into a cheese. That didn't actually work out. We lost the cheese game, but yeah, that was our plan. Anyway, let's rewind a little bit. I want to see how that happened, because it totally escaped me. Like I said, I was getting map control, but I actually had no map control. That's crazy. I did a very bad job here. So let's see how I missed that. Because I'm supposed to spot that, but actually when we saw it, it's already in front of our base. So that was pretty bad. Yeah. Okay, this is the moment. I was okay. I was up here. From my point of view, what was I doing? Okay, yeah, I was just 1 step behind. They just moved out. 1 step behind. I saw the workers moving, and I saw no units protecting this base. Maybe at this moment, you know, when you see that your opponent is landing the 3rd CC and there's a worker here, but you don't see any defensive units, then you should think, where are the units? Is it possible you left units all in the natural? Isn't that just a little bit too dumb? So from that you can conclude that probably your opponent is moving out. So you can either guess either they are in their base or they're moving out. In this case, I didn't think much. I didn't even think. That's the problem with me. I don't think when I'm playing this game. I just thought, okay, there are workers, 3 workers. Let's kill the workers. That's what I think. That's what I thought at the moment. That's all that was in my head. That was a pretty bad habit by me. You know, very short-sighted. I don't have the grand vision of the whole game in my mind. And now I realize, okay, they're pushing us. This is bad. Now I'm going back to take control of the defense. And yeah, forced us to lift. And we have Ravens. And Ravens are really good with auto turrets, and they can tank the tank shots, and they can just repel the tanks. The tank is not worth fighting auto turrets with the tank, so he just lifted up and left. Chased a little bit, didn't go deep because obviously it's dangerous. Alright, so that was a interesting exchange. If I knew he was coming, obviously we probably would defend better, but in the end it still worked out. I think mostly thanks to our production. We just have more stuff, I guess. Alright. This moment I tried to do a drop, because I thought there's a gap on the left side of his map.
Your add-on's done.
And my spot marine kind of encountered his spot marine. Drop, do not much. Scan, moving towards my they saw my drop, couldn't do much. Sniped some workers and left. 4 workers, I believe. Yeah, 4 workers. Get out of there. Yeah, we're having a pretty good lead at this point. Solid defense at the 3rd location. We both have a sensor tower. This map is tricky. I kind of want to drop.
Upgrade complete.
This defense is pretty solid.
That mineral.
Okay, moving on. This is not very important. So at this point, I saw there's a substantial army on top. So I grabbed a majority of the army and hotkey them on number 2. So it's very important to not use F2 all unit hotkey incorrectly. You should definitely use it, but not incorrectly. By which I mean, when you have to split your army, you have to split your army. You can't use all unit hotkey. You have to just hotkey with control group and just use that control group. And yeah, that was a nice snipe. They didn't pay attention. We got some free kills, free damage, and further ahead. Yeah, we're just very ahead. So at this point, I didn't know what to do. It's a little bit of stalemate. I don't like this kind of TvT, like everyone getting sensor tower and tanks and turtle up, getting bases.
Bigger, faster, stronger, upgraded.
It goes into some weird stuff. Okay, this is an interesting interaction. Here I tried to do a double prone attack. Basically, I have main army here, trying to attack his 4th. I knew that he had 4th, and meanwhile I was also attacking into this 3rd location. I thought if I just distract him, at least one side out of these 2 would do pretty well. So I siege up these tanks and just left them here, and I focus on the marine, which were more microable. Yeah, so I did.
Your add-on's done.
And I stemmed partial of the marines so that I don't lose them all at once. But still, it was a pretty bad fight because those marines were already stemmed, if you remember. So they were already in orange, and then they took this fight that was not that great. Now our opponents have a pretty nice lead, but it was not the worst trade. But we did lose a lot of marines to the tank shot when we first pushed down the ramp. So. And yeah, here's this little sieging situation here. So if we had more reinforcement unit in position, we would have reinforced this position, like really fortify this position, and kind of just force him to lift his 3rd CC potentially. Put us in a very good position, but because I just lost all the units. I didn't have any units coming up because it would take time to rebuild units from max up army. And here is a very good push by our opponents. There was not much that we could do. They have more tanks, they have more Vikings, they have more marines even. Yeah, all we could do is just to try to delay their tank, siege up our tank, and parallel kind of a line.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all.
And this part, I consider ourselves pretty lucky that they didn't press the matter. They just left. Like if they pushed hard, I think they could have done much more damage, but I don't know. Maybe. Yeah, we have had reinforcements coming as well, so I don't know, but it looks pretty bad for us. They have supply lead as well. Okay. Yeah, the choke in the center of the map is pretty bad for Terran. You siege up tanks, and your opponent's marines cannot go through that. It's very scary to push through.
Upgrade complete.
So here I tried to do a drop, and he spotted me immediately, so I had to give up the plan.
We're running out of minerals.
And as you can see, Artemis is already taking the 12 o'clock base. He's really fast with
your add-ons done.
CC production. Okay, our opponent is trying to kind of push from the top, kind of I don't know, I imagine they want to kind of do a set of a concave you
The
know,
little
to
building on the
attack
right side of your
to
big
us
building's done.
from this angle and this angle, like magic. But I had this high ground to protect me, and if I siege up tank here, I can protect either here and here. So that's actually pretty good. That's even a better concave than what he's planning. So I don't think what they're doing could work. So I saw that he's being very active on the map. So I try to do the same, mimic
Mineral
his
field
movement,
depleted.
trying to catch up what he was doing. This is my little macro bits I saw idle work and put them to work. Yeah, we're just dancing around like this. Okay, it looked like they were committing, so it's very important to actually hold the high ground here, because the existence of the rocks, the bio just cannot push into my tank line. So this tank's very safe. So he cannot just come here and try to get my tanks. Even though these tanks are in range of the Marines, it's only here. So which means a lot of Marines will be clumped up here doing nothing, and they are prone to get obliterated by the tank shots. So it's really bad if he tried to push. That's why he tried to kill the rocks. So all I needed to do is hold this ramp very firmly and siege up tank here, and then we're very safe. So that is the idea of this engagement. And yeah, basically I just, you know, Archon is something
Upgrade complete.
that can be more relaxing than real ladder game, because you don't have to real 1v1 because you don't have to worry about all the production behind it. So I didn't, as you can see, I didn't even look at our base for, even once. I didn't know what's happening behind this, so I just completely trusted entrusted in Artemis, and I didn't have to worry about anything. But sometimes when I go back from practice, Archon practice, and back to 1v1 ladder, I sometimes find myself struggling macroing. I can't build units enough, can't build workers fast enough, consistently enough. And that's because I got so spoiled by Archon games, because I have a very strong support in Archon games.
That mineral field
Don't
spend it all in one place.
Okay, so here's his pushing. Pretty scary, pretty scary.
Upgrade complete.
Okay, I tried to push up from this angle as well, but that was really bad choice. But anyways, how do we win this fight? You may say it's a chance, it's just pure, you know, luck. Let's see, let's take a look at the fight. It's a pretty interesting fight. This is really sizable, big army, and this is a very small army. So how do we win this fight? Let's see. Okay, I got a drop lifted units here. Yeah, I saw he was threatening that position. I lifted units in there so that they would be in position. Here obviously I had all these units in one control group, so they were moving forward. Or maybe I just manually moved forward towards this angle because I thought he would unsiege this tank to expose a potential weak spot, but they didn't. They had tank here, very solid. So either way, it is, as I said, is very good position to siege up your tanks to protect whatever. Now let's see the engagement. He had more tanks. Oh, he sieged up so late. Okay, let's check again. He sieged up very late. From my angle again.
Ready to blunder.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
Let me guys siege up. I don't even see what's happening. I don't even know what's happening. Okay.
Your upgrade's done.
Let's see. Okay. Grab the tank. Sieged. Okay. Yeah, actually I was pretty lucky, I guess. Yeah, I didn't even know that he was pushing this direction, right? When I was loading up the Marines, I didn't have the vision of them, so it was pretty lucky that I dropped this. Imagine if I didn't have these 16 Marines here, may as very well just lose this game here. So a little bit lucky here.
Mineral
And also
field
my
depleted.
tank sieged very early. And we have more tanks, but we sieged very late. So my Marines just jumped onto it. And plus we had Ravens, and Raven energy just, you know, free damage, just free auto turrets, killed everything, and that's kind of a game deciding engagement. And yeah, that was how the game went down. So TvT is always a little bit of luck, a little bit intuition, a little bit of luck, a little bit you know, about position, sieging up the tank in time and stuff. And also Raven is super good. They don't have they don't have any Raven alive, so alright, let's see how the rest of the fight went down. So at this stage I thought, okay, we're probably ahead, so I just went for it. Plus we had a Raven, I just dropped the turrets to tank the tank shots and went for it. I didn't even care that my tank is a little bit behind, it doesn't really matter. So at this point, it's actually a choke point, and yeah, 2 tanks sieged up. So I got a little bit scared at this moment, but then I siege up the tank, and it's all good. Because my Marines are all dead. But yeah, that was game 1. And basically won right here. We had a Liberator here. There's no way to come back from this. All right. Now let's jump into game 2. Game 2. Light Shade. Okay, let's
Good
go.
luck, have fun.
So this is the game where we did the Maru build. Unlucky he learned this Maru build. It's basically you have some two Reaper 2 Hellions, I think, and then you have a tank and with a 4 Marine drop. So basically you attack with both Hellion Reaper and the drop at the same time. So it's a very interesting build, and we practiced many times, but it never worked out on ladder. I thought it was a really bad build because you didn't have enough units, and the tank just gets surrounded by workers easily, and they can defend the tanks so easily. It doesn't make sense at all to get tank this early to drop. So it's very ineffective, in my opinion. But then upon reviewing the Maru game or some other, yeah, I think I watched them, like 2 Maru games. And basically the idea is not to drop in the mineral line, which was what I did when we were first practicing the build. I was basically dropping the tank here, sieging up in the mineral line, which is a big mistake because you can just pull the workers and surround the tank. I can't out DPS him. The tank doesn't really get any effective shots, and you can just kill all the units I had, and the drop was basically free tank for our opponents. So what I should have done instead was to drop the tank into one of these kind of position and siege up so that he cannot surround me with his boys. That's the idea. That makes a whole world of difference. Or here, somewhere, you know, that he just cannot surround me. So what I did on ladder was always dropping here. I had no idea what that build was about, so I thought, okay, let's drop tank strong. And I drop here and they surround me and I die and the tank does nothing. So yeah, so basically this game I tried to drop the tank at a more defensive position, not a more covered position with a cover. So in this game I think they went for Reaper first, Reaper expand, fast Reaper expand. So you can see their CC is much faster than ours because we went double gas, because we need to get a tank and medevac line up to attack at the same time. Alright, so right now a little bit movement on the map. They are not super aggressive with their early units, which is great. now we have to defend this first. Send one Hellion back there to clean up this Reaper, and then just pick up my stuff. I don't care. I just pick up the stuff and tank Marine, move across the map.
They're attacking your SCVs.
One Reaper is not gonna do anything, and in this situation, Artemis will take care of the defense. You know, it's not a big problem. Just one Reaper in the base. I tell him you defend the Reaper, and I'll focus on the attack. That's how we divide our jobs. Okay, so let's take a look at this sieging situation. I sieged up behind this kind of what is this thing? I don't know how it's called. Kind of a river, pond, or whatever. But it's very inaccessible to our opponents. He just cannot go to attack us. But he had a range. He had a Raven up there on the high ground, so he could see us. His tank could hit us. So that was a little bit bad for our siege, but it was fine. The tank is still pretty annoying. And then loaded a Reaper Hellion into the main base, getting some damage done. You know, Hellions can do huge splash damage onto the SCVs. If it survived just one more shot, it could have killed one or two more SCVs. That would be super. So at this point, I was like, let's come back and save the tank. And look at this, they are banking up so much money as well, and we are spending every penny we're earning. So, yeah, thanks to Artemis. Just impeccable macro. I didn't save the tank. It was just a matter of a second. My medevac was just a little bit too late. You know, I went a detour so that it doesn't get shot down by the Viking, but it took a little bit, just split second too late to pick up the tank. He got knocked down, killed by the Cyclone. But it's fine. We did our damage, did our the intended damage, and the harass and pressure is done. So we're happy with this. Plus we have third CC. Did they have third CC? They have third CC as well, because they had a very economic century build. All right.
Ready to blunder.
Get some map control with the Cyclone. We got bopped by his Cyclone. And this is just basic standard game now. Nothing really weird happening. And I tried to push from the top. And guess what? They got a perfect scout. Perfect scan. They scanned exactly on top of my push. My main army that was trying to push. So yeah, the game is a little bit. It has a little bit of luck there. Imagine if they didn't have the thing. Where would they be if they didn't scan? Maybe it would become a base trade. I wanna see where they were. The moment when I pushed. Okay, there's the moment. Yeah, still he said he's third. He's probably contemplating of pushing. So they're trying to decide whether they want to push here or push here, because they want to see where the third is. But now he saw my main army is pushing towards him. He's setting up defense. So either way is not that great actually. So I couldn't have found a great opening, because either it's a base trade or he's gonna see me. So yeah, wasn't able to you know, do damage that way. It's fine. Wasn't meant to.
Ready to blunder.
So here I just being a little bit more active on the map, being active just to get map control.
We could use some help here. Want a piece of me, boy? Who wants some? SCV ready. This better be good.
Yeah, didn't want to do anything.
Go, go, go.
That mineral field's gone. Don't spend it all in one place.
We could use some help. SCV ready.
Dicey or risky.
Research complete.
I knew he had units dancing around the map as well. So basically I tried to play safe here. And I split my army a little bit to get some marine tank to try to sneak attack his third while he's moving out. But I realized that he actually turned around to defend, so I think I pulled back. Yeah, I still tried a little bit, but he's coming back, so I pulled back. Nothing's happening. Yeah, this game is a little bit dull at the beginning. Not much is happening. It got a little bit more exciting later, though. We'll see.
The little building on the right side of your
Okay, I saw that marine, tried to fly around it, not to get spotted. I don't want the drop getting spotted. So basically, I went for the drop because I saw this gap, this sensor tower gap. Yeah.
We're running out of minerals back. Add-ons finished.
And he scanned again, and basically he's attacking. They're preparing for a big attack. Well, I was dropping into the main.
CC's upgrading.
So it's kind of a semi-base trade situation. Here they had their main army here, and as you can see, I had another group, small group of marine. I have this group marine on 3. I have 3 control groups. So this on 3, these are on 2. 2 is my main control group, and I leave all the rest, the main army, I would say, majority of the army at home to Artemis. So I let Artemis defend this. I had a hotkey 1, but I probably didn't have the attention span to, you know, the attention and to control all 3 of them. Anyway, I tried to siege up, help out a little bit at defense, but yeah, I thought it's probably more important to not just die with my drop.
Mineral bigger, faster, stronger, upgraded.
Should have rotated a little bit faster, obviously.
Your SCVs are getting wrecked.
So they got a very good position here. Sieged up at a very good position. Forced our 3rd CC to load up. And I basically came back here to defend with. I left my drop here to destroy the production. Destroying the factory production was very crucial here. So here defend with a Raven. Once again, Raven doing great job tanking the tank shots so that my tank could survive. And I had another group here. Is the moment I moved in with my control group 3 units just to kill his mineral line there. And now they don't have any production anymore. Here I just stay. There's nothing to stop us. So at this point, I was shouting at Artemis, so we're winning, we got this. this is the moment I knew that we're gonna win, because the front line is stalemate. He cannot push into this, and I cannot just clean this up, so nobody can do anything. So in this situation, it's really bad for him because he doesn't have production. He cannot replenish his units, while our production is perfect and we are getting stronger every second goes by, while we're destroying their base, destroying their production, destroying their worker line. So it's a perfect scenario. We just, yeah, the drop basically won the game here. And I regrouped these 2 groups of Marines on 1 hotkey again, sniping buildings and stuff. Trying to find out where he floated his stuff to, and they are trying to kill our 1, 2,
hey, your base
3,
is under
4,
attack,
5th base. It's a planetary, so it's gonna take him a while to break it. And to be honest, we could break this, but it doesn't really matter.
Can't hold them alone.
Yeah, it's just a dumb game here.
Add-on complete.
Yeah, they're rotating last ditch effort. It's not the best marine movement, but it worked. It's because we had more number, and that's the game. All right, game 3. So we have a 2-0 lead, right? We're very excited. We are very happy about the results, and we decided to do the Marauder, Proxy Marauder cheese. And this is the cheese that I was the only cheese that I was comfortable with, because I never cheese on, pretty much never cheese on ladder. I generally don't know how to play cheese. Like Artemis likes proxy Reaper, but I don't know how to control the Reaper, and I die every time we play ladder. So I would rather we just do proxy Marauder, because I've seen quite a few proxy Marauder, and it seems that it works. I once beat High Master Terran with the proxy Marauder, so I was kind of confident. But what happened was actually I didn't do any damage at all, and then the transition was pretty bad because I had no idea how to transition, and also we didn't practice transition at all, because I thought it's gonna be easy. I didn't think that we had to practice transition in case of failure. So yeah, our transition was bad, and we didn't manage to macro out of this poorly executed proxy Marauder push, and yeah,
Add-ons
got
finished.
outplayed here. So
See?
show you what happened.
Your add-ons
Still
done.
don't know how, what unit should
Research
I focus on?
finished.
Should I focus on the SCV? Should I focus on the Reaper? In hindsight, I think maybe I should have focused on the Reaper, over the bunker. I don't know. You tell me, as a viewer, you probably know more than I do. I really don't know how it works. So what I usually do is to set up a bunker on the low ground and just turtle kind of contain the Terran on one base. That's what I usually do on that. But this time, I thought let's be a little bit adventurous. Let's try to
It's on.
get some kills. I thought I could get vision on the depot without getting hit, but it was not true. So sadly, it's already deflected it. Nothing was accomplished. What did I kill? Not much. I don't think I killed anything substantial. So it's a very bad beginning for us. Let's see. Ouch! Hit my elbow. Okay. Yeah, we just started second base and they finished the second base. So yeah, they were very ahead. And at this moment, they already had tank. Basically, tank bunker is perfect solution to proxy Marauder and 2 tanks. So there's no way we could do any damage here. And I thought, okay, even if I had a bunker here, you could just slowly siege tank, sieging, push to kill the bunker. It doesn't really matter anymore. So I just didn't build. I didn't build bunker. And then left 4 Marauders here, trying to do some last damage. Being a little bit more annoying. But yeah, we were super behind. Look at this. The 2 base up and running. We just finished our second base. Yeah, it's pretty bad. Pretty bad situation. I don't think, it's really hard to come back from this situation. Let's see. But still, we managed to be at a somewhat okay situation in the middle of the game, thanks to Artemis macro. It wasn't enough. Okay. Here they push with the 2 tanks and even Raven. This should be game-ending push. At this moment, I thought, okay, this is game over, and the bunker won't do anything against the tank, so I cancel the bunker. And that was that. And I had to pull the workers. Okay, he didn't siege the tank. Yeah, actually I think if he didn't go for the interference matrix, instead if he went for all the turrets and siege up his tank, like he siege up his tank here, first put down a bunch of other turrets, and then immediately siege the tank and push a move. Then he could have cleaned up the whole army, could have won the game. So yeah, this all the space in front of the tank is empty. So what he should have done is to set up a auto turret. Basically, it works just like interference matrix. you matrix the tanks so they don't shoot at you. But if you drop turrets, the tanks would just attack the turrets. They don't attack your army. So you're equally protected. And plus, all the turrets are doing damage, and they kill tanks pretty fast. So, yeah, I definitely think the correct, course of action that they should have taken was to drop all the turrets. Probably could have dropped 3. How much was 75 plus 50? Yeah, 125. Yeah, they can drop only 2, I think. Okay, they can drop 2 turrets. Let's see from here. Oh, they can drop 3. Yeah, they can drop at least 3 turrets. And potentially even 4. Look at this energy. It's almost full energy. Yeah. Oh my god. Imagine if you dropped 4 auto turrets here. So you drop 4 auto turrets, immediately siege up the tank here. Don't just aim with your tank. Siege up the tank. You have 4 auto turrets in front, and everything will attack auto turrets. And even if I pulled worker, the worker will attack the auto turrets. So his tanks were perfectly safe, and they will shoot down everything I had, and he will win the game immediately. Instead, we went into a macro game. But still, they were dominating the whole game. But yeah, this is super bad still. We had a lot of army left. We had nothing here. So here's, you see, the interference matrix has expiration date. They will expire, and the tank came back to life and killed all his units. Imagine if he had the auto turrets and killed these 2 tanks, then there's nothing to stop him. He wouldn't have lost all the units. He would have a big army. That drop was not that great. Didn't work out for him. Didn't matter. Then just look at the supply. We have half the supply. It doesn't even matter. They are mining on 3rd CC. We barely started mining on our second base. Yeah, that was a lost game from the get-go. So we managed to struggle a little bit longer. Basically, we were busy defending left and right. They were just punching us left and right.
We're running out of minerals back home.
How much we could do?
Add-ons finished.
Just look at the supply. We couldn't expand fast enough.
Upgrade complete.
Yeah, they're close to max out. We are 120. Okay, that was a bad push by them, or was it? No, it doesn't matter. If they just trade units, it's always good for them. I think they know the situation very well. Like behind this, they're getting 4th base, so it doesn't even matter. Even if he lost entire army, it doesn't matter because they're producing so fast. They just remax immediately. And every trade for us, every unit lost for us is something that's very hard to replenish. They do that. Alright, let's see some engagement, see if there's anything we could do better. So I saw there's a group of units there.
Your upgrade's done.
Ready to push. Yeah, that's a nice catch. But still, it doesn't matter. They're ahead. But it's definitely good, Let's see anything else. Okay, yeah, this drop.
They're
Okay.
attacking your base,
So this point actually was kind of stabilized. It's a stabilized. We are catching up. We were very behind. We were catching up. But this drop just completely destroyed our any hope of making a comeback. This decided the game actually, basically. And I had a Vikings. I didn't realize they were dropping. Let me see. How did I miss that?
Your base is under attack, man.
When was the drop? Show me the drop. yeah, we lost the sensor tower here. We just built the sensor tower. Okay, let me see from my point of view. We just built the sensor tower. Okay, I saw the army here. Here, there's a split-second decision. Like, I was thinking, are they trying to push, or are they dropping? And then I saw them flying over this gap, so obviously it's dropping. But then it's already too late. I didn't have time to react. I had to load up the units. So yeah, I had the Vikings, but it's too far to catch up with the Medivacs. Remember, on a Twitch chat, some Twitch chat GM said he had all those Vikings could have shut down the Medivacs, but no, I couldn't. They're too far. I couldn't reach the Medivacs. But obviously, we could have placed some Vikings in the gap. That's something we could do. But yeah,
Our base is under attack. Our SCVs are under
we
attack.
had 3 Medivacs.
We're running out of minerals.
I loaded up only 1. Oh my god, that's so bad. I loaded up only 1 instead of all of them.
Base, you know.
Yeah, just in this kind of a panicking situation where we are just hitting the panic button.
Can't hold them alone.
Just the mess. Just stop doing what is rational and correct. Just start smashing out 2 buttons and hoping that the disaster will go away. And just look at the swing line. We lost so much. Wow, the resource loss is actually even. That's incredible. That means I'm really good at fight. Pat myself on the back. Okay. Yeah. Just look at the units. Look at all the units they had. Too much. Nothing.
Pull your boys.
Nothing we can. And there's a drop.
We're running out of minerals back home.
Ah, destroyed. Completely destroyed.
That field's been mined out. Hope you have an expansion.
And this is where they can just split 2 armies and push both on the left and right because they have big enough army. While I cannot split. Split 2 armies to defend both sides. Well, he could do that. So just look at the tank count. I could have put, maybe I just did 4 tanks here, would be enough. I put 4 tanks here. Yeah, I think it's not enough. You can just push, even just trading. This is much better for him. So yeah, this is the point where he can just do punch left and right at the same time and still overwhelm me on both sides. Alright, let's go into the last games. Pretty long game as well. The 4th game. The 4th game. Another macro game. Another macro game. And we didn't cheese this game. So obviously it didn't work, so we just go back to our normal gameplay. Let's try to outplay them. Let's see. We did the same build again. The same Maru build. Tank, Marine, drop. Same shenanigans. Okay, speed up. This game's pretty boring. Yeah, 2 Reaper into Reactor, and they just start building Marines and getting 2 Hellions, I think. 2 Hellions or 1 Hellion? Only 1? Maybe he skipped 1 Hellion, I don't remember. But either way, it's fine. Got a tank. Got a tank pretty early. Yeah, I think he skipped 1 Hellion. He's supposed to be 1 Hellion, right? Or maybe not. Medevac is out. Okay, this is exactly the same build we did in the 2nd game. Here we come. So I had a few options. I could drop here. I could drop here. Here is probably gonna do nothing because it's too far out of reach. So I saw the bunker is playing very defensively. I didn't want to drop here. I could also drop here to kill the bunker first, but I opted to drop here, siege up the tank here. It's actually not that great of a position. I could have dropped it here so I can hit the depot, I could hit the bunker all at the same time also defend this area, cover the entire area. So I loaded up my units up here, just being annoying. Maybe I could have gone here. No, it's fine. Being annoying. That's it. Didn't do any real damage. Yeah. Didn't kill any workers to that. I just got out alive, and that's all we did. Kill 2 workers. Did I kill 2 workers? Yeah. Just don't lose medevac and tank. That is good enough. Because you're putting on pressure and stuff. Yeah, but definitely should have dropped here. Alright, let's just went into a macro game here. Standard, so I sent my Reaper in again, killed 4 workers, crazy. 3 workers. Yeah. That was a hero, Reaper there. Sneaky. We had a third, we siege up tank, the 3rd location. Because Maru does that, so we do that. Always very protective about your 3rd. So basically the idea is to leave a few tanks at the 3rd, because 3rd is very vulnerable. It's not a planetary. Usually it's more vulnerable. And then we have a main army on another hotkey. I just move around with the army with that hotkey. So you can see here we have a little bit spotting marine battle here. Some small skirmishes between individual marines. They are winning because I think they have better upgrades. +1/+1. We have +0/0. Yeah, it's not a big deal if you are not fighting. If you're fighting, it's gonna turn the tide real quick. But now we have +1/+1, so it doesn't matter. Just for a second we were late. Alright, so they were flirting with the idea of pushing us. I was very cautious, I was very aware of it. So I had the main control group with a lot of tanks and army and Viking, all the Ravens there. And here he casted the Matrix. Was a pretty bad decision by him to cast that early. For one, he wasted energy, 75 energy, and second, it just alerted me that he's gonna push. So now I know for sure he's gonna commit. So now I know that I am gonna siege my tanks. Otherwise, I wouldn't know when to siege my tanks. And now he tells me, okay, now you can siege your tanks. So basically, he's telling me I should siege my tanks. So that's pretty bad move by him. Let's go back a little bit to see the reasoning. Maybe he saw some vulnerability there.
We could use some help here. Gangway, coming through. We could use some help and ready. Go.
Ready, but not done.
ready.
Yeah, that's a pretty huge army actually. But we have more army value. Let's see what he zoomed in on my army. Why? Maybe he saw this is a very small army. Yeah, I think they saw this is very small army comparing to this. Look how many Marines there are. That's a lot of Marines. Look how many Marines these are. There's like a half the Marine count. Yeah, they may have gotten a little bit cocky. What they don't see is more tanks here. Alright, let's do it. Why did he interference matrix the tank? Okay, he shifted on it. Okay. What the hell? He took the fight, zoomed in.
Research complete.
Is that what's happening?
The minerals have up and gone.
No, the camera was messed up. Let's see.
Add-on complete.
Let's see again.
We could use some help here. Gangway.
He was actually pushing with the camera zoom.
Finished learning. Mineral field depleted.
Okay. That happens sometimes. When you try to click all the tanks hiding underneath the medevacs,
Your upgrade is done.
you do have to zoom in to see where they are. But that was funny. That was really funny. But they had a huge army here. It's pretty scary, not gonna lie. But it's not like they're threatening our 4th base or something. We were not taking 4th base just yet, so it was totally fine. And now they moved away. I think they should have just stayed at a 4th location, so that they could delay our 4th expansion. I think that would be a good idea. Anyways, here comes the fight. Alright, let's look from my perspective.
Add-ons finished.
He's unsieging. He's always unsieging prematurely, I think. He's always pulling back his units prematurely. So he loses a lot of units. And here's sieging up. And once again, the power of auto turrets is being proven. Once again. Super duper important. Just look at this. Without the auto turrets, it would be a very even fight. He could have won with more marines. But with the auto turrets, my tank just blasted everything. All his tank died. We were in a fantastic lead. Riven is so good. I can't believe I'm using Riven this good. Okay, you saw my drop again. Had to stop the drop. Basically, I never used Raven.
Add-ons finished. That field's been mined out.
3 months
You have
ago.
an expansion.
Before I started to actually learn TvT, learn how to play Bio. Terran. Used to play Mech. Never used Raven. And now I can actually shift, not shift, but tap, stim, and then cast the stuff very, very comfortably. I used to get messy and panic.
That mineral
Mess
field's
up
gone.
the
Don't spend it
hotkeys.
all in one place.
Now I'm very comfortable with Raven or Ghost in the mix of the army. It
Mineral
doesn't
field
slow me
depleted.
down from stimming anymore. So that's great personal improvement I've made. Because I've been practicing a lot of
Upgrade
bio
complete.
and really learn the game. Okay, another stalemate, and nobody's attacking, nothing happening. We had just 2 tanks. No one can break. Except this! What happened? You just move command everything. F2. Sad baby. F2 is the devil. Yeah, it's a very bad pathing. Very bad pathing indeed. It happens.
Hey, your base is
That
under
field's
attack,
been mined
man.
out. Hope you have an
Okay, this
expansion.
game is pretty long, so I'm gonna skim some parts. Okay. Basically, the idea is to dance around. Like,
Mineral field depleted.
don't leave your opponent unattended. That's the idea. Don't let them go somewhere without counterbalancing them. So we have to siege the tank a little bit more forward on this high ground, and then keep track of him with my main army on Kalki 2. As you can see here, I was
Mineral
attacking my
field
own
depleted.
tank because I was dumbass click on my own tank. And yeah, a lot of dancing here. A lot
Your
of things.
upgrade's done. That field's been mined out. Research finished.
Could I have done something more substantial,
CC's
multi-front attack?
Mineral field depleted.
I don't know, I felt like I didn't have enough units to
That feels
split off to attack from another angle. That's what I thought. Like, this army is
Add-ons
just
finished.
enough to defend his main army,
Upgrade.
counterbalance his main army. Let me see if there's another group of army that we can utilize. And by the way, we just saw this. I was outpositioned by huge amounts. We still have a bunch of tanks here. They should be here and here. So that's something we could improve, putting tanks here. But later on, these tanks actually deflected a drop. Oh no, it's not later on. It's earlier actually. It's earlier when they dropped the units here. It was earlier. Okay, never mind. So as I was looking for some units, I don't see any units. We have 79 workers. I don't see any, available units that can just do a double prong attack. It's something very hard to do in this kind of TvT. When you know that if you split off your units, you're gonna get rolled. They're gonna just destroy you individually. So what I could have done was obviously, ideally, if I had a small group of units with a medevac, just steaming from this angle, kill the tank, kill the mineral line. We're gonna be a fantastic position. But I didn't split any units. Yeah, that's not enough marine to break that. And also maintain the power of this unit, this army. So yeah, couldn't do anything, unfortunately.
Can't hold them alone.
Basically, it just turned into mech, you know, it's just mass Vikings and tanks and some Ravens. Marines is not as important. So we didn't have
Geyser's empty.
flexible army.
Add-ons finished.
And we were doing a little bit base trade. I lost some Ravens, it's pretty bad here. Dropped some out of turret to save the to slow down the push. It was pretty good, but basically, yeah, it's not great. Lost 3 Raven stuff, pretty bad. I was still my main focus was still on this army group. And here I realized I have to defend. Okay, and then I saw that they were
empty.
running away. They could have pushed with our main army was not in position. Right. Okay, they didn't have tank, that's the problem. They didn't have tank with this army, so they couldn't push. Got it. Yep. So as you can see here, we have 2 factory here, a whole bunch of that's so many starports and another factory. We were just going mech. Basically TvT late game is mech. Can't play bio forever just because of tanks and Ravens. So obviously Ravens so
that feels better.
It's a very nice engagement by opponents. Very nice collapse. I was a little bit late on the unit control and auto turret dropping stuff. So they killed most of our armies. Yeah, actually, I shouldn't have landed the Vikings. They really don't do that much against Marines. If it's a very small group of Marines, yeah. But this amount of Marines, yeah, I couldn't do much. Shouldn't have landed and threw away all those Vikings. That was a mistake by me. Yeah, that was overall very bad engagement back in. I was caught a little bit off guard. I was panicking a little bit. I didn't. For a second, I was just freezing there. Didn't know if I should just spam some out turret or siege up the Liberator or siege up the tank. There's so many options, so many things.
Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap.
You know, it's not like one of them is obviously sieging tank is the most important probably, but it's not like doing one of them is the 100%
bigger, faster,
stronger. How do you call it, necessity that you just don't think, you just do it. It's like 3 different options that you could do equally, so you have to think to choose which one.
We're running out of minerals back home.
That make you just slow down your reaction. That's competition. Okay. Here they're pushing. It's a big army. They're gonna push up because of planetary, probably. The Liberator doing a great job zoning away the tanks. We also have 2 tanks behind the planetary, so that's pretty good. It's very difficult for him to break because of the planetary and tank combination. So even though we have a small army here,
your upgrade's done.
We managed to defend. That was great news. So where's our main army? We lost our main army is always with the Viking, so I hotkeyed the Viking today. And split off some Marines, so trying to do some damage, but didn't catch any free damage. Got eliminated instead. Yeah, I regroup with the replenishment, with the reinforcements. And yeah, this game is just a long dancing back and forth game. Yeah, dancing around. I don't know how to comment on this. It's just dancing around, TvT stuff.
Hey, your base is under attack, man.
Tank is so important. But sieging up Liberator is really very threatening. Just make them to think twice before they push forward.
Hey, your base is under attack. It's a trap. Our forces are under attack.
Those turrets, I should have saved those turrets. Do you see that? I spammed the turrets too early, and now I don't have turrets to drop.
The right side
and he just pushed. It was indecisive. maybe he didn't know how many units are coming behind us. But yeah, that was a little bit messy fight.
Mineral field depleted.
I thought he could have just clean up our entire army, but he didn't. I guess we have a lot of tanks. This is the moment I realized we have too many tanks at 3rd CC. There's completely no point leaving 3 tanks at that position. Yeah, basically, as you can see, it's just mech. Alright, this is an interesting engagement here. I was trying to break this. I was setting up a concave here, and I went for it. Dropping out turrets, siege up tanks, dropping my landing my Vikings, and steam marines. That corner.
We're running out of minerals back home.
And yeah, they just don't have enough units behind us. Once again, Ravens fucking good, so fucking good. And look at the amount of tanks. Tanks are what wins you the game, plus Vikings, plus Ravens. Alright. I was checking the bases, trying to figure out where is what basically had. Once again, those tanks on the low ground, holy shit. I didn't even think they would be in range. But yeah, they just obliterated all the tanks on high ground. That's perfect. And we are dominating this game at this point. And we just slowly push them and choke them to death in this game. And that's it. That was it. And they were doing some counterattack, but yeah, it's just Marines. It's just Marines just run into our siege tank line and nothing they can do.
CCs. Our
Yeah.
SCVs are
Look at
under
all the
attack.
siege tanks that we have. So this is what I'm really proud of myself about. That I just used one control group 2, and also I put Viking on 1 for air control. I don't F2A move on the units as I
They're
used to.
attacking your base, you know.
So that's very important. You don't have to A move all your reinforcements to the front line and leave your home empty, prone to counterattack.
Our
Super
SCVs are under attack.
Yeah, basically I saw that you have no units. Push again, the Raven is so
Your
sick.
space construction vehicles are under attack.
Oh, is that what that
Didn't need
stands
to
for?
put so many Ravens. It's totally fine.
Your SCVs are getting
I was
wrecked.
splitting some Vikings to attack the. To
Your
defend
SCVs
the-
are under attack.
the bridge.
Pull your boys.
And here's a very nice siege spot. You're on high ground, you can get the planetary and you can push forward towards the 3rd, though it's probably dry by this point. But still it's a very important strategic point. Connects to the 4th base or 5th base. Alright, sieging up forward. We have way more, there's not much to say here. Drop an auto turrets, there's nothing we can do. I was manually focusing on their tanks. And targeted their tanks. So I would get fast doubles. Oh yeah,
That's being
that
guys are
is that
exhausted.
game ending damage. Okay, that's this has been the analysis of the whole series. 1, 3, 2, 1. Yeah. And look at the reinforcements. It's crazy how much Artemis builds, and also he keeps money so low. It's crazy, man. This guy's macro is so much better than me. Oh, amazing, Artemis. Great job, great team, and we really practice a lot, put a lot of effort in it. So yeah, pretty happy. Cool. That's it. Thank you for watching, and hope you enjoy this analysis of this series of the finals of the Empresslilyy Archon tournament. I don't know which edition, how many edition it has been, but yeah, we won this one. And I'll see you in the next tournament. Bye.